I'm Christina Copley. I'm a director of IT at Windstream. I've been here for about 16 years. I started my career as an intern. When I applied for the internship, I didn't even know what an IT internship was, what department I was applying to, what role I would play. I just knew that we had big companies and internships were hard to find. So when I applied, I got a call back about a month later from a VP in our data warehousing and business intelligence department. During my internship with the data warehouse group, I went ahead and finished up my master's degree, which Windstream paid for. It was a great program, and I encourage so many people at Windstream. It's a great benefit of working for a company like Windstream, that I was able to do my college courses at night and work full-time as a developer during the day. So about 2 years later, I ended up with my master's, and that slowly evolved into moving into IT management. So I've had a very long career in various roles in IT application support, from frontline supervisor, working with our payroll system, to any of our back office applications, supporting various applications within Windstream. So a big benefit of becoming an intern is you get to see how a real IT corporate department works. In college, you learn about different technical skills and different programming aspects and different project management of IT, but how does that come into real world play is you learn all of that as an intern. You get to sit in meetings and see, how do you get requirements from the business? How do you get escalations on when a system is down? How do you function in those types of scenarios where you have outages, you have infrastructure items, you have business requirements? All those things, you don't have a class that brings it all together. So an internship, even though you're new, you're not expected to run the whole IT group, you're learning and understanding how do I do these things. One of the biggest eye-openers I had as an intern was, how do I do a code promotion? That's not something they taught in college. I knew how to code it, but how do I actually get it in production? And then you have applications that are SOX compliant, PCI compliant. You have these other audit rules that you have to follow at a large company. So learning those types of, here's how you actually get things done, here's how you test, here's how you work with the business. Those are not classes they teach you in college that were really valuable as an intern. What got me into IT in the first place, I changed my major in college probably 4 different times. And one of the classes I took was for a totally unrelated technical field, but it required a different IT course in Java. So I took it as an elective, and I just fell into it. I felt that I was very technical. It just it really hit home with what I wanted to do. So I was actually going after my kinesiology degree, and I took electives in a different discipline in some of the technology field as some of my electives, and I just kind of fell in love and realized that really was my strong set of working very technical, very logical. Classes just really were my niche. So when I started working in IT, I realized that IT is just not that computer science background that you see people, and it's not very stereotypical of what you see. There's really a lot of interaction with business. I've worked with groups from HR to marketing to finance. I really have learned kind of a slice of Windstream with every department by being in IT. You get to see such a large option of what does Windstream do when you're in IT, because you have those options to work with all the different business units within our company. I would say if they could focus on some of the basics of technology. We have core applications that require basic knowledge of Microsoft Office Suite, basic database skills. So having a large understanding of those types of basic skills will help you get in the door and help you start on the right foot on day one. Even though Windstream is the telecommunications industry is not something that a lot of people are familiar with, you can learn that over time as an intern. But coming to the plate with some of those basics is a huge benefit on day one. When interviewing someone who's new, who maybe hasn't had a long, lengthy IT career, I look for things like, are you logical? Like, how logical are you? Are you able to, think outside the box and solve those type of complex puzzles? So, coming to the plate with a long history of IT background, show that you have the IT degree, you have the test scores to prove it, but also show that you're willing to learn new technical skills. I've never found a college, when I look at applications, that offers exactly the type of technical skill set we need. But we can often, judge if you focus really heavy on maybe database type of background. That could change into multiple different types of database skill sets that we're looking for, or even on application side. I've never found one newbie who has everything we need, but if you're willing to learn and show that you have the aptitude to learn new technical skills, that's a huge benefit for an IT manager looking for new skill sets. Don't pigeonhole yourself with one area. Don't try to say, I really only want to be a DBA, or I really only want to develop Salesforce. Just keep your options open, because IT is so varied. Very often you get stereotypes from TV that you see the LAN guys that are always working on PCs. That's probably one of my most common questions of, what do you really do in IT? And I do a little bit of everything. So don't try to limit yourself. If you get into one role, especially at a company as large as Windstream, if you get into one role and you realize that's not really my strong set, there's so many other opportunities in IT, from business analyst to project management in IT, to infrastructure, to budgeting, to financing. Those types of roles are often very heavy in IT as well. So just don't limit yourself. If you take one class and realize that's not, I couldn't stand that one type of programming logic, well, don't worry about that. Really think there's so many other avenues in IT, from automation. Robotics is big now. IT project management. There's a ton of roles we have in IT here at Windstream that are agile project managers that we need to expand our skill set. Some of those type of project management roles that are not necessarily big, initially thought of as IT roles.